I want to welcome everybody to All Points West Distillery. I'm very happy to have everyone here, and I'm very happy to be opening a new business in Newark. I've been a resident of Newark for 14 years, and I've seen tremendous change happening here, and I've seen tremendous change happening in the industry that I'm now a part of, and I really want both of them to go together. My industry is very special in the sense that it's one of the few industries in America that's in the process of deconsolidation. It's becoming more local with smaller businesses and not larger ones, and largely that's because it's a business that's really tied to local pride. It ties local manufacturing to local consumption, and it does it in a way that builds local brands and regional awareness of products. So I think that it's something that's in line with what's happening citywide, and I'm just glad to connect the city to that process. So we make a gin, a vodka, and a whiskey that'll be released in about 2 months, and we're marketing them locally, and we're happy to have people here for tours and tastings on Fridays and Saturdays. And again, this is a place that wants to support local business, so we do not have a kitchen here, but we do invite people in as a pre-dinner and encourage people to visit the rest of the city. And we've been very successful. We've had people from Philadelphia, people from Manhattan, people from Brooklyn, and people from all over Jersey. And it's just one of a number of new attractions that make Newark a destination, and something that I'm proud of, both as a resident of Newark and as the founder of the distillery. I'd like to introduce Aisha, who is from the CEDC, an organization that helped me significantly during the planning and the financing stage of the operation, and it's my pleasure.
Appreciate you. So first, I just have to acknowledge that I love the smell in here. I walked in, I was like, yes. We were reminiscing a little bit on the distillery at the Brooklyn Navy Yard, which he had the privilege of touring, and it was kind of just bringing back all of these memories of touring and having people in the space. So I kind of love that they're offering that here as well, and better, I should say. I'll go on record and say and better. So thank you, Gil. You've done an amazing job just incorporating the community, the business community, the local community, attracting folks from the outside as well, introducing them to some of the innovation that we have going on around the city. I love that this is going to become really a center point for that. The tours and tastings are a really unique way to engage people in what you're doing here, because manufacturing is not always sexy, even if it is artisanal, you put some cute word in front of it. But once you're here and you kind of understand that comes with jobs, that comes with local sourcing, I think it resonates with folks. I just want to applaud you for what you're doing here in the city, but then also regionally, and thinking about where you're sourcing your products from. We were honored and privileged to be able to support you in whatever way we could have around permitting, around licenses, but also just to have your product on display at our gala. It was very important for us to source everything for our gala locally, and so we had gin, we had vodka, we had All Points everything, which people really enjoyed. So I just want to recognize and thank you for also kind of contributing back in that way. And I'm really psyched to see your product end up in restaurants. So I think there's an opportunity for us to really think about how we integrate opportunities like this with the business community. So we will be making some introductions to restaurants and bars to make sure that we can order right here in the city. So thank you once again. And I guess at this point, I'd like to introduce our honorable councilman of the East Ward, Amador.
It's a question. It's a matter of height. Good morning. First and foremost, as I was driving by on Teachnet Street, I saw that the street is in terrible shape. And as part of the list of streets to be fixed, I'm going to recommend that the street be fixed as quickly as we can do. But I'm absolutely thrilled to be here because this is a first. And this is a first because of the fact that it's only convenient and appropriate that we have a business like this in the middle of a community that has about 200 and some restaurants. And my commitment to you, as I said before, is to make sure that at least the restaurants from this area participate in supporting you in the future and support this business. So I'm going to do my best, as Aisha said before, I'm going to do my best to make sure that that happens. And we're going to set some things up in order to make sure that people are aware that this type of business exists in our community. The mayor, in his State of the City address, talked about a renaissance in the city of Newark, and talked about a renaissance, and he mentioned the Haynes Building and some of the things that are going on, Prudential, some of the things that are going on in the city that are transforming this city. But the transformation of the city also takes place with business like this, small business that come into the community and are part of the renaissance, the so-called renaissance that we've been talking about for a long time and is now taking place. So, my friend, thank you for the invitation and thank you for believing in Newark.
Thank you, Councilman. I don't know where I'm looking anymore. So to that regard, the mayor, as everybody knows, really pushes us to support businesses and drive economic development throughout the city, as does the city council. So you do have advocates coming from all sides. So just really pleased and honored to be able to serve under him and make sure that we are reaching all the wards, that we are supporting businesses throughout the city, and that we're thinking about this in a really inclusive way. So it's not just a cool product, but it's also thinking about how we're making those connections to the businesses, how we're making those connections to the community, supporting local hiring and all of that. So with that, I'd like to introduce our mayor, Rajay Baraka.
Thank you. So this is probably one of the most interesting and exciting businesses. We've been cutting a lot of ribbons, but this is probably more exciting than most. I want to thank NCDC, Aisha, for the work that they do over there to make sure that these businesses actually come to life, that they're real, that they're engaged in this city. Obviously, the councilman here in this ward, for his advocacy to make sure that the East Ward, Ironbound, maintains its cultural and historical legacy in this city. This obviously adds to it tremendously. And listening to what you were saying, the intersection between just the railroad, the immigrant community, the native community, all of that together is just outstanding. And I think people need to know that story, and just knowing that story will get them to support the brand in the first place. I'm sure going to be looking for it at the restaurants around here, All Points Distillery. I don't drink a lot of gin and whiskey, but I'll try to, after I take a shot today, we figure out what we're going to do. But I wish you luck, and I think that this is going to be extremely successful. It adds to the character of this city. And everything that we do, we're going to make sure that we announce All Points Distillery, and that folks know that this is down here on Titchener Street after we get the road fixed.
Though it's in the west, it's in the east.
Yeah, in the east. Yeah, right. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to what's going on now and to the future of this business. God bless.
Cheers. Cheers.
That's smooth.
Thank you.